Hi there. In this video, we're going to look at how to simplify algebraic expressions like these, uh, which will require you to utilize order of operations. Now, obviously, we always utilize order of operations. It's just that sometimes when we're simplifying algebraic expressions, we only have pluses and minuses. We only have multiplications or divisions. So you kind of get a bit lazy and forget that order of operations is needed when you have more than one type of operation, particularly when you have an addition, subtraction in there with a multiplication and a division. Again, division generally when we in algebra we use fractions. Um, so let's have a look at a few of these examples and we'll go through them one by one. So looking at example A here, we have 7x plus 4y minus 3x times 2. Okay, so you've got an addition, a subtraction, and a multiplication. Now, according to order of operations, you're going to need to do the division and multiplications before addition and subtraction. So a common mistake here would be to go ahead and combine the 7x with the negative 3x to make 4x, but that won't be correct. So what we actually need to do is jump in here and do the multiplication. So let's have a look at how that all works out. So on our next line, we're not going to utilize the 7x or the positive 4y. However, we're going to do negative 3x times 2, which is going to give us negative 6x. Okay, now coming down to the next row of our workings, we've got an addition and a subtraction. We work from left to right, but these are unlike terms. You can't do anything, so you can skip across and do 7x minus 6x, combine those like terms to get 1x or x, and the 4y just comes down and sits there. Can't combine those two, so that is the most simplified form of this. Notice that we're not saying solve because we can't get an actual numerical answer here. We're simplifying. All right, next one. 4 bracket a minus b plus 3 bracket b minus a. Now, order of operations says do brackets first. Uh, However, in this case, there's no like terms inside the brackets. So what we move on to is multiplication division, and multiplication will be the expansion of the brackets. So I'm going to expand out both of those brackets. That's something you will have seen previously, expanding brackets. If you're not aware of it, then go back and have a look at previous skills that you need to work on. 3a. So that's just expanding those out. Okay, and now we're just going to combine any like terms that we have. When combining like terms, just keep in mind a really good way to approach this is to look at these as four separate terms that just happen to be sitting next to each other. And the sign, either the negative or the positive, which we're used to calling subtraction and addition, and that's what they become when you put them next to each other. But really, this is a positive 4a, just doesn't have the plus sign in front of it because when it comes first, unless it's a negative, we don't write it. We've got a negative 4b, we've got a positive 3b, we've got a negative 3a. Okay, so we can combine the 4a and the negative 3a, which gives us 4 minus 3, which is 1a, but we don't put the 1 in front. And then we've got a negative 4b plus 3b, which gives us a total of negative 1b, which is just negative b. So that's that one done. Moving on to the third example. Okay, we have an addition, we have a multiplication, a division in the form of the fraction, and another subtraction at the end. Okay, so there's actually two ways you can do this one. You could simplify this fraction as is, uh, but I'll multiply the top two terms first, and then I'll worry about my division. So the 2p is not going to get used yet, so I'll just bring him down. 2r times 3p is going to give me 30. I'm going to put pr. We usually put them in alphabetical order. It doesn't matter, however. It's a fraction, so 5r and minus 2r. Okay, so now, again, we're not going to use the addition. We're going to do this division because it's higher in our order of operations. I've got 2p plus 30 divided by 5 is going to give me 6. And with the letters pr over r, the two r's can cancel out, giving us 1. R divided by r gives us 1. Essentially cancels out. We get 6p minus 2r. Now, are there any like terms we can combine? Yes, we've got a p term here and a p term here. 8p. The negative 2r term, he doesn't have any mates, so he just comes down as is, and he can't be combined with those because they're unlike terms. So that's the simplified version of this, our solution, essentially. All right, final one. This one's a little more complex, I guess. You've got 6c plus 3d minus 8c over 4 plus 2 over d over 2 times 4. Okay. Uh, Addition, subtraction, division, addition, division, multiplication. Okay, I'm going to go across left to right. What do I get first? I hit this division. I'm going to do that first. So everything else comes down. You can do a couple of steps at a time if you know what you're doing, but it's always best when you're just learning this stuff to just do the first thing that you need to do. So 8c divided by 4 is going to give me 2c, and I'm just going to bring everything else down. Just copy this to make it a bit quicker. All right, next line. Addition, subtraction, addition, division, multiplication. Now, this division d divided by 2, there's nothing you can do there. So we move to the times. You can multiply that, but just keep in mind, it's often a good strategy to just remember that when you're working with multiplication of a fraction and a whole number, change the whole number into a fraction, and that's over 1. Any whole number as a fraction is itself over 1. Okay. So what I can then do is multiply this fraction. I can actually cross cancel if I want to. I might even do that. So we've got 6c plus 3d minus 2c plus. I'm going to cross cancel here. So that's going to give me 2. That's going to give me 1. So really the answer is 2d. Okay, so 4 divided by 2 gives me 2, 2d. Oops, wrong spot. Down there. Okay, next step. We're looking to combine like terms. We've only got additions and subtractions. 6c and a negative 2c is going to combine to give us 4c positive. And I've got a positive 3d and a positive 2d to give me 5d. And that is the solution to that one. So just keep in mind, order of operations always applies. Don't just jump in and do the first thing that you see. Think about it. What do I do first? Get it done. Follow your algebraic rules, and you'll have no problems. The only way to learn this stuff is just to practice it. Get your feedback by looking at the answer. If you get it wrong, obviously, find out from a peer or from your teacher what you've done wrong. Learn from your mistake and keep trying. Alrighty, thanks for watching.